Welcome back to the Cord Cutters News Tech Lab. Today we're taking a look at the top 10 free Fire TV apps for June 2018. Now, this isn't my list. Typically when we do these, it's my personal opinion on what I think are the best free Fire TV apps, paid apps, whatever. Today we're asked you, the readers, the viewers, over at CordCuttersNews.com, what do you think? What are the best free hidden gems, should we say? Best free overall apps that you should check out from the official Fire TV App Store. And this is the list you gave me in no particular order. These are the ones that you suggested. Now, if you have a suggestion, let me know. Leave me a comment. Do you think there's something I missed on this list? Something that you would have added? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. But let's dive into it right off the bat. Now, this is not this particular app, but a category app. A lot of people talked about their local apps. Increasingly, local TV stations, even local sports teams and news teams have a local app. Now, you see here, they're broadcasting the news. I got the ability to look at the weather, sports. If I go into weather, it's pretty cool. Most of them do this where they have an on-demand weather video here. Now, check out your local TV stations. A lot of people ask me, how do I do this, Luke? How do I know if my local has it? Well, just search. You know, if you know yours is the Central Texas 25, just search that. Maybe search the call letters. You'd be amazed. A growing number of local stations have apps on a Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, etc. So check that out. Let's go back to the home video there. All right, here we go. All right, Tubi TV's up next. Now this is one, if you watch a lot of these videos, you know I've talked about a lot, but this came up a lot from our readers. Now, with this, you get the ability to access thousands of movies and TV shows for free from big name partners like Paramount. Now, it allows you to create an account, but you don't have to. When you first log in, it's going to say create an account or free, or continue as a guest or something like that. If you create an account, it's free, but you can save your progress, come back to it, start on one device, finish on another device. So you can create an account or not. It's all up to you. Get the same content no matter what. But as you can see, all kinds of big name movies, Beauty Shop, Hunting Grounds, A&E, AMC content here, Duck Dynasty, Dog, Storage Wars, the IT Crowd, yeah, tons and tons of movies and TV shows. And you're saying, Luke, these are ad supported, why do I care? Well, maybe a lot of these you wouldn't pay for. Maybe like Duck Dynasty, maybe something that you would watch while you're kind of just looking for background noise, but you're not wanting to buy a season of Duck Dynasty. Apps like Tubi make that possible. All right, let's keep going. Next up is Crackle. Again, no particular order on these apps. This is now Sony Crackle. You may remember it as Crackle. It's the same, but you know, Sony has to have their name on everything recently. Looking at you, PlayStation View, horrible name. But again, you can create an account. Sony kind of hides this little skip feature. And it's right down here. If you press down once, you can skip create an account. Again, if you create an account, it's free. Allows you to remember what shows, what movies you watch, take them between devices, all kinds of stuff. Here, tons of Sony content, original programming, something that Tubi doesn't do right now. They have original content here from Sony, which is fairly good content. But then they also have, for instance, rotating episodes of Seinfeld for free. Again, maybe you want to clean the house, maybe you're doing your taxes, maybe you're just looking at work emails. Want some Seinfeld on, don't want to pay for it. This is a way to do it. And one thing they do here is they have, on the left side is the different content, and right here is My Sony Crackle. Again, if you had an account, this is where you would come to find all your different content. All right, let's keep moving down. Next up is Twitch. Now you're saying, Luke, I am not into gaming. Why would you recommend Twitch? Why do cord cutters care about Twitch? Well, if you are into gaming, there's a ton of stuff here. But if I can find it, here we go. Twitch Presents is a new thing that they've been doing. They recently played every episode of the original Power Rangers. They had Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, painting a famous painter whose name's suddenly escaping me. Right now they're doing all the first 7 or 9, I can't remember how many, Doctors. So they're rotating through classic Doctor Who episodes for free, streaming on Twitch. And they do this more often, and increasingly more and more programming is coming on here. Stuff people used to do on YouTube, so we move over to Twitch. Amazon is trying to turn this into kind of a YouTube competitor, and it's a pretty cool feature. Play Rescue, I'm not sure what that is. And you can see, let's go down, feature games, channels. You see all kinds of content in here. But I've seen news programs in here, tech reviews, talk shows. It's a little bit of everything now. And with their Twitch Presents lineup of bringing content out, it's really good. During the elections, for instance, they carried the big debates, the conventions were streamed on here. It was actually extremely high quality streaming with Twitch. I would check it out. All right, next up, speaking of presidential conventions and news out there, there's a ton of news that happens. Now, you may not be a news junkie, but every now and then a presidential debate, an election happens, and you want to be able to keep on top of it. Well, with this, you can go in here and you see like the president's at the FEMA headquarters right now, and it's just a raw feed. They do that a lot, where they will just show a raw feed. But you can also go down and take a look at like, hey, when I'm recording this, it's the anniversary of D-Day. They have a little bit on that, and just all kinds of stuff out there. So keep in mind that this may not be for everybody, but if you just want like some news that every now and then, you know, when there's a debate or something to check it out, CBS News 24/7 is not a bad option for that. Whether you're a news junkie or not, having a news source can be very helpful, especially when it's free. So you never know when there may be something you want to check out in the world. Speaking of CBS, the next one is the newest kind of service from CBS, like this, is CBS Sports. Same concept. They have a 24/7 feed of sports coverage here. As you see, they're talking about some Major League Baseball right now. If you press up on there, so CBS, you press down for the news. For CBS Sports, you press up. CBS, why can't you make that the same on both apps? But you press up, and then you get all kinds of different news ones. Interesting, I've never seen this before. Top videos presented by Sling. That's pretty cool. But you see, I can check out world NFL news, I can NBA news, MLB news, and so on. And this rotates. I've seen like during college basketball and football season, that popped up with the college basketball, with football expected to be the same. This is a great way. It's kind of like ESPN Sports Center 24/7. So check it out. It's a pretty cool way. If you just like, hey, I wanted to see what the highlights of the game were last night, it's a pretty cool option to do that in. All right, let's keep going. All right, number 7, the Weather Nation. Now, if you are a weather fan, this is a pretty cool option. Often I hear people say, I love the Weather Channel. I really want the Weather Channel. Well, if you love the Weather Channel, you may want to check out Weather Nation. Not only does it give you this overview where you can check out the 36-hour, the monthly catalog, severe weather. There's even a radar over here where I can go over and check out what the radar is. Nothing right now. But I can click on this and go full screen, and this is a 24/7 weather feed. And they have impressive quality weather coverage. Now, if you remember the Weather Nation from a few years ago, it's worlds better than it used to be. And again, this is a free service here that allows you to keep on top of everything that's going. I'm saying, oh, hey, I'm going to Michigan soon. Oh, look, I can check out the weather. I can check out the national feed. If you're a weather buff and want to see what's happening in the world of weather, this is a must-have, especially with hurricane season coming up. They did a really good job last year covering hurricanes that impacted the United States, and it gives you a great option to not have to pay for it. Even if you're not a weather buff, we all know, hey, at some point in the year, some major weather event is going to be close to you. This can be a great option to get 24/7 national weather feed of it. Even if it's not affecting you, it may be affecting somebody you know. So check that out. All right, next up is something cool, Facebook video. And this is actually perfect. When I'm recording this, Facebook has announced a ton of new features coming to Facebook video. News programs from Fox News, CNN, ABC, Univision are all coming in here. So now you will every day get a news program from some of the biggest names in news. It's kind of a curated thing they're doing. They're paying these companies for a year's worth of shows. It won't be a live feed of Fox or CNN, etc. It'll be a daily kind of evening news type programming that they're going to collate here and put on Facebook, and exclusively on Facebook. On top of that, increasingly they're doing sports, and different shows are included on here. Apparently now, though, if you want to watch the live tab, you need to log in. Which, hey, I think most people have Facebook, so that may be a hindrance for some. Hopefully the news section isn't behind the login wall. Maybe. We'll wait and find out. They haven't launched yet. Facebook just announced the fact that they're doing those partners. So right here, again, if you're a fan of CNN, if you're a fan of Fox or ABC News, I think was the other one, Facebook video may be one to check out. All right, keep on going. Next up is Pluto TV. Now, if you watch this, maybe we're getting close to the point where this is no longer considered a hidden gem. But Pluto TV, I'm surprised how many people at our Core Cars don't know about it. Tons of great content. Not only do they have these live linear channels with like NBC News, where they take all the best clips from that day's news coverage and put it into a show like Megyn Kelly's early morning show. The Morning Joe highlights are here. They have Fox Sports. Again, they take all the best news videos from Fox Sports, collate them into a great one. And typically, like, you know, The Herd with Colin Howard, they'll take today's kind of highlights, condense it down, and put it on here. And then they also have movie channels. They have news, CBS News, Cheddar, Sky News, Bloomberg, different sports. So Pluto Sports, Impact Fighting, Stadium, which is a really cool 24/7 sports channel now. That's trying to become the next ESPN type service. You know, just fun comedy stuff like Fail Army, Cats 24/7. If you love cats, there you go. But I could keep going. They have anime and cartoons and children's programs. They also have a free movie and TV section. So here in the free movies and TV shows, you find some pretty good high quality on-demand content. This is fairly new for Pluto. I still don't think a lot of people understand it, or know it's here. They got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Hey, they're making a third movie. Maybe it's time to get caught up, but you don't want to pay for it. Teen Wolf. Just a little bit of everything. The People versus George Lucas. So it's a good collection of content here that I think is relatively underrated. There's one last app I want to show off here. If my remote, there we go. Thank you, YouTube. There we go. Here we go. YouTube is no longer on the Fire TV. No official app. They yanked it. I know there's third-party apps, but there's two different browsers now on the Fire TV. The Fire TV Silk browser and the Firefox browser. These are great browsers. If you open them up, you will be able to launch into YouTube and other content. Increasingly, there still is a good amount of content that's only streamed online. MeTV, a lot of people say, hey, I wish MeTV, I don't get it with my antenna, I wish it was on Sling. Hey, MeTV is on-demand content, partnered through Hulu, by the way. But it's for free. Just go to MeTV's website through this, play the video full screen. It really does give the Fire TV something that other streaming players don't have, because they have a browser and they can access apps and content that's not available in other places. So, hey, there's my top 10. Those are the ones I suggest based on looking at what you told me. When I took all those suggestions, I collated them down. These are the ones that people told me was most popular. Disagree? Agree? Let me know down in the show notes. I'll love to hear from you about that. Also, hey, check this out over at CoreCarsNews.com. Also, check us out on Facebook, Facebook.com. Just search for Cord Cutting Tech Support for the Facebook group, or Cord Cars News. We're also on Twitter. Hit that thumbs up. You want to help Cord Cutters News? You want to spread the word of cord cutting? Hit that thumbs up on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. They all help spread the word of cord cutting and get the word out. More people who like a video, more people YouTube shows it to. So give us a thumbs up. I know you hate people asking, but it's a huge help. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I'll be back with I've done some Roku ones. I put a video of that up here. I'll come back later this month with Apple TV's top 10. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.